Hello and welcome back to more Sonic Colors for the Nintendo DS. As Yogaidr pointed out for you before we started recording, the chains are gone! And the planets are still just staying here in a perfect little circle.
Yes.
For reasons.
Science.
But anyway, we're going to terminal velocity, because we unlocked it.
Whoa!
Hey, you did it, Sonic! That's less than the tractor beams!
TK out.
They're so happy! We should be able to get them to their home, Sonic.
They can go to their homes themselves. It's not over till we found Yacker.
I found him. He's on the bottom screen.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. Oh, you've done it again, you meddling hedgehog. You're late to the party, Eggman. Are you here to apologize?
I mean, technically that is the pretense for this entire amusement park, so he really should be apologizing right now.
Yeah, true. You don't actually think I would, do you?
Yes, I literally just explained why.
I mean, he does it in Sonic Unleashed, so, you know.
Okay, he apologizes at lunch.
Duh, but what else are you gonna do? You're all out of toys. Oh, am I? What about a mind control cannon chock full of energy? Just give up now and save us both the effort.
What is it? I know he's seen that sprayed a bunch on Tails bunch. I don't think we've seen that one on Sonic. Not even like when Amy was chasing him, which is weird. Like, why now?
Uh-oh.
Oh?
It's the Eclipse Cannon again.
I mean, it really is.
Imagine it takes so much power. It takes the power out from your own
imagine that
theme park.
Like, I can't believe that Gelderbonic was somehow more egotistical than Dr. Eggman was. Like, Eggman's face is on the art, or Gelderbonic's was. But Eggman's isn't on this.
After blast in half.
That's also way weaker. It just randomly flew off to the moon as opposed to blowing half of it up.
Also, what the hell happened? He just destroyed his own theme park because something hit the thing. I'm confused.
That sounds pretty normal for him.
No! This can't be happening! It's backfiring! Impossible! How? It should be working fine! Oh, I get it. Get what? Say something, Orbot, so that it's not just Yogi talking.
Seriously. I'm starting to feel bad. Like, Tails was talking a lot at the beginning, and then it was literally just like you talking to yourself.
I know, right? Globotron's arm is jamming the cannon's firing lever.
Oh, so that's why that thing went off too. There you go, you get a slight break.
Whew, glad to have that figured out. It was just killing me. Well, good night. This is no time to nap, you fool! Go fix it!
Or would you like to say more than one line?
Try to stay calm, boss. This is something that Orbot should be saying, not Cubot. Fretting won't get you anything now.
Orbot really should be saying this. This is really out of character for Cubot.
I'll show you, Freddy, if you don't think of a plan!
Oh, I have been thinking. I just haven't come up with anything. Oh,
that is something Cubot would say.
Seriously, they're out of character. Which is already impressive because Orbot's already out of character compared to how he was in Unleashed. We've been over this.
You two
Unleashed
are
Orbot
useless.
is amazing.
He is, yeah. You could say it's just the Mark 1 version, at least, though. It's slightly different coloration. That's about it. Sounds like they're fighting over something. Time to bail.
Tails doesn't even question already. Just like, yeah, okay.
Leaving so soon. Tails, you get a head start out of here.
No way, Sonic, I'm fighting with you. When have you fought at all in this game?
Have a little faith, buddy. I can handle these jokers alone.
You can imagine Tails being helpful. Alright, I'll wait for you back home. Good luck!
Cocky little hedgehog! My robot, fused with a modified wisp, will crush you to bits! You're through, Sonic!
Oh, okay.
This looks really bad, by the way, because there's no little thing to split the
Honestly,
screen.
this is one of the better splits, too, which is the sad thing.
Whoa, chill out, Eggman. Grr, silence! Silence! Please, everyone be quiet. I'm done talking.
Seriously, I've had like maybe 10 lines total.
Now it's my turn! Is he gonna turn into Supersonic? No. Always with the buzzing sound.
We're buzzing around, close enough. We can't read.
I've never been able to read this entire LP. This place won't hold much longer. Hurry, Tails! Huh, I'm saying this in my head. Huh? Why is there a hole there? I'm also saying this in my head. Yo, Eggman! This way, Slowpoke! You can't run forever, Sonic! Actually, that's like his entire shtick.
It really is, like, just running away. Okay, there we go.
Horrible.
Like, the screen effect is gonna trip me up so bad here, I just know it.
This just doesn't look good. Like, visually speaking. Maybe if his sprite was 2D, it would look a little better. I don't like this top-down thing. So I wonder how this stage works, because in the console version, it's just like a 2.5-minute auto-scroller where you're running away from enemies.
I mean, that seems to be what you're basically doing here. It's just, instead of an enemy, it's that wisp thing.
Yeah. It sucks because I actually really like the terminal velocity music too, and it's technically not a real stage. Like, it is a stage, but it's not a traditional stage.
I mean, like, because I didn't have boost until just then.
Ooh, do you actually get to fight it now? Nice.
Looks like it.
So I guess that means there's a final boss here, and then a true last boss. Because there is a special boss, I've alluded to, I think in one of the first parts, that is different between the versions. This is nothing like the console final boss, mind you, but it is the same robot.
Please, come back down. I have all my boost now. Ow.
I wonder if there'll be an Act 2.
I mean, I think this is the final boss of the main story, so I doubt it, but maybe?
Well, yes and no. Actually, this isn't the final boss of the main story, because the true final boss has technically story tied to it.
Well, it does. I guess, like, Sonic games are weird with that, because, like, for example, technically the final boss of SA2 is, like, the Sonic and Shadow fight aboard the Ark, but they still have the Bio Lizard and Final Hazard.
Yeah, that's why I don't consider like, it's the final boss for the stories, but it's not like the final boss. I guess you could say it's the last boss. Last boss for that story, because I don't know, last feels like a better word to use than final to me. Like, when I think of final boss,
they're
think
synonyms,
of, like,
they mean the same thing.
I know, but like just when I think of, like, final, like a final boss, I think of, like, the absolute last boss. When I hear last boss, I feel like
this is like as
game.
about as semanticsy as it could ever get, mind you. This is pure word preference.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, I'm sure there's somebody that would watch this that would be screaming saying the opposite is true.
Yeah, well, you know what? They don't have the same opinion as me, so they're incorrect or something.
I gotta do... Okay, never mind. I thought I had to do the running segment because, like, you gotta be kidding.
Oh, no. I didn't see the perspective change. I was afraid that might have happened, but then it didn't, so I'm glad. Though, to be fair, it was only like 45 seconds to a minute. It was really short. I wonder if they'll put Terminal Velocity Act 2 in this game. That one is just a 30-second run, and that's for story purposes. And I think you can still replay it on the console version, and it's pointless. It's kind of funny. But there was something I was gonna mention relating to the console version here, but I can't. Oh,
no,
yeah.
Pretending like you haven't already been comparing to the console version this whole time.
Hey, it's better, for one, better than me talking for about another game series. In fact,
True.
And two, it's kind of the only thing you can really do when it comes to versions like this, like, you know, DS version of a game, blah blah blah. But anyways, I was thinking in my head, if I remember, so the stories are different in both versions of the game, because in this version of the game, Eggman's immediately like, "Oh yeah, I'm up to no good." So the story is very weird in this regard, because in the console version, he's not like that. So when he gets to terminal, he tries to play it off until almost the way ends. That, you know, everything, like, you know, he's definitely not bad, but obviously it's not true. So it's really weird, because if I remember correctly, in the console version, in Terminal Velocity, it's from like a mistake that not that Eggman himself is doing. I think.
Not like that black hole. That is.
Well, I mean, it is black hole.
But I cannot escape it.
It was very weird seeing Eggman try to do something, though, and then just it apparently backfiring. I really don't recall that happening in the other version, but it looks like they kept the motif of the. Actually, no. I know in the console version you do get all the wisps, but I don't think you slowly collect them like you do in this version. In this version, you actually see yourself collecting them. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I played the console version.
No, I think the console version is pretty similar. Like,
all I know is
there
that
are these set attacks that he uses, and then like he'll stop using that attack after you get that wisp off him. That's true for both versions.
Oh, okay. I don't redo boss stages often, so I'm not surprised that I just don't remember it.
I'm more surprised that I remember and you don't, considering my clear anti-console game bias.
Yeah, true. How has that been laser?
Well, it was shooting projectiles at me.
You did it.
Yeah, I got him all.
Now, in the console version, you would hear him go like, "Laser, Q."
I can't move, by the way. The game won't let me.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be automated. Oh, or
yeah.
quick time event.
Does it count as a quick time event if you literally just press one button?
I mean, yes, because
Okay, there you go.
I'm assuming
Now
if
it
you
is.
fail, I'm assuming if you failed, then
Now it's a
it would,
QTE.
break. Yeah,
Even if it's a button mash.
and that's when Eggman died. Wait, I thought he said he had one wisp in
Or
there,
not.
not 1,000. I feel lied to.
And
Nice.
S rank. So I never
It's
have to
almost
do
like
that
a
again.
PDS rank.
It is, but
Because it's like a boss stage, so it's like almost doesn't even count.
I mean, the boss stage. I have a lot of stages I haven't S ranked that are bosses in this game, though, so I'll take what I can get. Probably the boss I'd want to refight the least, so I'm very glad I got it. It's almost exclusively because of that intro segment.
Yeah. Assuming that they count together. I would assume they do, but you never know.
There's no ranking for the one before, so I would assume so.
Yeah, true. Yep, see, Sonic died. Hey, it's like the ending of SA2 all over again. Except this is like what you get to see. Like, this is the part that you didn't see.
Oh, of course. The wisps carried Sonic off from outer space aboard the Ark. It all makes sense!
Yeah, didn't you know? Gosh, Mayo, you don't know anything. You don't even know your own name.
It's true.
He still thinks it's Mayo. It's the.
Sonic, you made it!
Same as always. It was a cakewalk. I almost died for the record.
Good for you! And Yakker's okay too! He says thank you for the rescue, Sonic!
Hey, he helped me out as much as I helped him, so thanks for everything. Also, you didn't even use the translator.
I'm great. He says goodbye, my friends. I have to go. My planet needs me.
Literally. Just when I was getting used to talking through a machine, he leaves.
So we can spend some more time together too.
It hasn't been a long time, but I'll miss you. See you around, Yacker.
You forgave me, the Yacker. Bye-bye. That cutscene was entirely pointless.
Fun fact, they forget about him. Sonic Colors.
Alright, well, here's your credit sequence. We...
So, Sonic Rush 3, this is...
Yeah, I mean, like, in all but name.
Yep. It really is. Like, yeah, of course it has the mechanics of Sonic Colors with the whole wisps and stuff like that, but it still feels like...
Like, it feels more like Rush than it does like the console game, which... I mean, personally, I've even said in this video, like, I didn't even like the console game, so I'm more than happy with this being Rush 3.
I mean, to be fair, if it wasn't going to be Rush 3, it'd just be like Advance 4, basically.
Yeah.
just with Wisp power-ups. So it's like, there really is no in-between, which, I mean, it's fine. So it is a... it is
like, you're limited when it comes to 2D Sonic. There's only so many things you can do.
Yeah.
Like, if you have Sonic in a 2D plane, everybody's going to expect you to have a platformer, and at that point, well, you're very restricted.
Yeah. This game sucks. Every single one. And it's all because of Liz Chell and John Wheeler.
David
Gosh
Cuts.
dang, John Wheeler, the first tenor trombone. It's a very... This is really interesting. I've never seen a game credit every
single instrument. I mean...
Yeah.
I don't see a problem with it. It's just... feels excessive. Like, usually they would just credit, like, the company that the musicians work for and leave it at that.
Yeah, or, like, the group they're in,
or yeah, like,
whatever.
Maybe, like, if it's a really popular musician, they would credit them separately.
Or if it's, like, an orchestra, like the European Orchestra, London Orchestra, or whatever, they would specify which orchestra it is.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
It's really
it's not an enormous orchestra, so it wasn't the worst thing ever, and the text speed is decent, so it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just
it's just excessive. It makes me wonder if they got like not like a specific orchestra, but they just got like a whole bunch of different people to orchestrate the orchestral pieces.
Possible.
I say the orchestral pieces, though. All the songs have orchestral stuff in it.
Maybe look into it, because like there's quite a few Sonic games that this was not the first by any means.
All right,
Unleashed had an orchestra. 06 had an orchestra.
If I remember correctly, this is the same composers from Unleashed,
which would make sense. It was only 2 years apart.
Let me look at the Sonic Colors original soundtrack, which, for the record, has the weirdest name ever, which you would never find, but luckily has Sonic Colors in the name of the soundtrack. Otherwise, you would never be able to find out the name of the soundtrack. It's called Vivid Colors X Hybrid Colors. It's the official name of the soundtrack.
Interesting choice.
Let's see. I should look at the VGM database if I can. Actually, maybe the Sonic Fandom might work.
VGM's probably more accurate.
It probably is, yeah. Yeah, because it has the record label, and then it has the composers, the arrangers, and then the performers. Amsterdam Session Orchestra did the stage clear theme, the world map theme, boss clear screen,
So
the
a bunch of
result
jingles,
screen, save
basically.
screen. It looks like it's really only the Amsterdam Session Orchestra that did the jingles and stuff. So I assume that they probably did what's it called? They probably were the people that were actually doing the other stuff, and then it was just composed by other people, you know? Like, oh, the aquarium park, Tomoya Otana is the person who composed it. He probably composed it, and they probably got the Amsterdam Session Orchestra to
Which would
perform
make
it.
sense.
Yes.
Like, that's not even close to like just being a Sega thing. Like, pretty much everyone does it.
Yeah, let me look at the Sonic Unleashed soundtrack real quick, just to see if I
it's the
was
same group.
correct. If it's, yeah. Because I swear I remember it being the Amsterdam Orchestra again. Oh, God. Oh, wow. There are so many more performers for Planetary Pieces, Sonic World Adventures original soundtrack.
I mean, it was a higher budget game, so on that respect, I'm not that surprised, but like, how big are we talking?
There's an actual scroll bar.
Oh, well, that's a start.
When it comes to the sheer amount of performers. There's like quadruple the performers.
What about the other games that have orchestras? Like, again, like we mentioned 06, Lost World was an orchestra.
Let's see. Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. Said Lost World, Sonic Lost World. Without Boundaries, Sonic Lost. Can they make the names easier, please?
Seriously, like, why would I assume Without Boundaries is the name for Sonic Lost World of all games?
I like Sonic 06's soundtrack. Original soundtrack, Sonic the Hedgehog. There you go.
I mean, I guess it's still a little confusing just because the game's name is confusing, but it still works.
Put 2006 and you get it. So Sonic 06 had about maybe half the composers, or performers rather.
So, like, not as many as Unleashed, but more than Colors.
Yeah, Unleashed seems to be the granddaddy when it comes to the sheer amount
of
composers.
It makes sense, because that game had way more tracks than the others, and they were super varied too, so not super surprising.
It's very culturally bound, so it makes sense.
Yeah, like, they would need a bunch of composers for that.
In technically,
credits are over.
Correct. Oh, nice. And I guess
there's more. Oh boy. Wait, Wisps can talk? Wait, not gibberish?
Yeah, so Yacker, you were with Sonic the whole time, right?
Yeah, the whole adventure.
Yeah. What was it like? Was Sonic cool? I mean, we were technically with him the whole time. Oh, was he fiery like me?
Hi, he's a son. Okay, this is even more pointless than the last cutscene. Seriously.
Did he fly?
He flew all over the place.
Were his spikes sharp?
Let's wait for him to get stuck in something. I mean, that definitely happened a few times.
Sounds like a real star. Did he shine like one?
He's on, looking at him. I mean, I guess he kind of glows when he's boosting. Does that count?
Yeah. Wow, Sonic's amazing.
There's a whole bunch of space out there. There's only one Sonic. Don't give the writers ideas. But we already have Shadow. Do we really need more clones?
Yeah, I was gonna say Shadow kind of makes it hard if you consider.
Yeah, or like even more directly, Metal Sonic.
True. Then there's Mecha Sonic.
Yep, and I mean, I guess you could kind of throw Silver in that camp too.
Yeah.
I've tried to tell everyone about you, so never forget Sonic. Oh, don't worry,
well,
we're never going to forget the Wisps ever. Sega won't let us. Thanks for everything. I hope we can see you again.
Yeah, they've only really been good in this game, to be fair. Wow, unsurprisingly, the game based around them is like their best implementation.
Like, I
Watch
don't
now,
think
your
they were
save is
inherently
deleted.
bad in Forces, which is I feel weird complimenting Forces, but like I don't think they were abysmal in Forces. They weren't amazing, but I don't think they were awful. I think they were better there than they are in Colors, but
They had no reason to
Ugh.
exist in Lost World. You mean in
you
Lost
know,
World?
Lost
not
World,
Colors?
Lost World, they're just there. Like, at least at Sonic Generations, they limited the Planet Wisp.
There's so many things in Lost World. They're just there.
And, like, almost all of the new ones either don't work, or at the very least don't make any sense.
Of
But,
course. Well,
Yeah, so that is it for this part. I know it's going to be a little bit on the short side, but it is just terminal velocity, so what you can do.
yep.
So,
We'll see you guys
see you
next
next
part
time
when we'll
when
get
we get the
those,
last emerald and fight the final boss. It will
Yep.
also be a short part. So see you then. All toast, just toast, toast.
chicken tenders.